everybody on YouTube. Apologies for the issues, but we've had to redefine a few parameters, and we'll be getting going here in just a second, so stay tuned again for more on that. If you got questions on YouTube, please drop them into the comments section. We'd love to know what you're thinking about for tonight when it comes to weather. If you have questions, go ahead and let us know a little bit more about that as well. And as of right now, again, looking at little, if anything, in the way of problems for the next few hours, but we could be seeing some more problems coming our way into later on tonight. So that, again, could be just a bit of a problem. We'll talk more about that as we go through the next several minutes on weather overtime right before 10 o'clock. And stand by, we need to switch over in 3, 2, 1, and there we go. All right, this is the place for weather. Welcome to everybody who may be tuning in out there. I am Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek, and as you may have been watching our new fangled open here, I want to thank our brand new sponsor, Epicos Comics, Cards, and Games. Thank you very much for being our sponsor on here for tonight. The first sponsor we have had for weather overtime since I started this back in about 2022 for here when I was back in Memphis. Did not have any sponsors there the entire time. So thank you very much, Epicos Comics, Cards, and Games, for being our sponsor for this. If you've never tuned in here before, welcome to the show. First of all, it's Monday evening. It is just before 10 o'clock, about a minute before 10 o'clock as it goes, and looking for some more showers and thunderstorms tonight, possibly even some more severe weather headed our way in the course of the next couple of days. So if you have outdoor plans, especially tonight and into tomorrow, that is where we could be seeing some problems getting to work or school dwindling a bit, and then more potential problems overnight from Tuesday into Wednesday. So we've got quite a lot going on. And if everything works, and there's no guarantee of this, unfortunately, with the changeable conditions out there, it is possible that we could be seeing a lot more rain coming our way in the near future. How much are we talking about? Well, stay tuned. We'll talk about all of that coming up here in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and hop on and get things taken care of here for tonight and into tomorrow. Again, if you've got any plans for outdoors, showers and thunderstorms could be a bit of a problem early on and into the rest of the day, and very much on the mild side as well into tomorrow. Our weather window picture of the day, we are featuring this week a lot more, instead of flora, a lot more fauna, taking a look at the animals out there gracing some of our pictures. And if you'd like to see these, all you have to do is go to our website, WDEF.com/photos, to know a little bit more. This particular picture, spider web with a little bit of dew hanging off of the spider web threads. Thank you very much, News 12 viewer Sue Brazil. Hope I'm saying that correctly, from Ottawa. Nice spider web decorating the plant hanger. That's our HEP heating weather window picture of the day. And if you've got pictures, we'd love to see what you are seeing out there. So please go ahead and drop those to us. You can email them to us at pictures@WDEF.com. You can go to our social media pages, Facebook, X, and Instagram. And you can also go again to our website, WDEF.com/photos, if you would like to send yours in, and yours could be the next HEP heating weather window picture of the day. So thank you very much also, HEP Heating, for being a sponsor of our weather information here, our weather picture page. Temperatures today just above normal. 77 is our normal high, and we were only 3 degrees above that. Low temperature this morning, we were only 5 degrees below the high, or above the high temperature for the day. 92 is the record high, which hasn't been set or broken since 1986. And even with that rain this weekend, such as it was, we only delayed the deficit by just a little bit. So for the month of April, we are now nearly 3 inches behind on rain for the month, and 8.5 behind for the year. So we desperately need some more rainfall. Again, if everything works, it is possible that we may see an increased possibility of more rainfall heading our way. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little bit. Radar at this time is really not showing much of anything going on, at least to the east of I-65 things are very quiet indeed, and for the most part should be staying that way, but not entirely. Taking a look back to the west of us, that is where we're picking up the more powerful storms. The brick red colors, that is a tornado watch. West Tennessee, West Kentucky, Southwest Indiana, southern areas of Illinois, southeast Missouri, although the tornado watch is being canceled as this line goes forward. Strong line of storms going through St. Louis about an hour or so ago, and right around the area of Mammoth Springs, Arkansas, we've got some more tornado warnings taking place. So we've got an active evening for a good portion of the area. Again, we are over here, North Georgia, Northeast Alabama, Southeast Tennessee, and extreme western North Carolina. So nothing going on where we are, but there are showers developing into and around the area of between Nashville and the Mid-South. We do even have some severe thunderstorm warnings taking place back around, looks like Potts Camp, Mississippi, around north of Oxford, Mississippi. So a lot of activity here, but not entirely confident that this is going to make its way all the way over to where we are. So it is possible, but I don't think it's going to be too likely, and we'll explain why coming up here in just a few minutes. For those of you just tuning in and joining us, welcome to the show. If you have questions about the forecast or just want to say hi, drop your comments into the section below. We're on YouTube and Facebook tonight. Wish we could be on Twitch, but unfortunately it looks like there's some connection problem, so we'll hammer that out a little bit later. These tornado watches should go by the wayside, and there's no sign the Storm Prediction Center that issues these forecasts is going to be issuing new ones downstream. So we don't see anything happening, at least just yet, but that could be changing later. We've got this storm system moving in from over the Great Lakes. It's fairly potent. This has had a decent amount of time to increase in size and strength, and doing a very good job of swirling that air around that area of low pressure, trying to fill up that gap in the atmosphere. Meanwhile, for us, as this part of the system plows our direction, we'll be looking for more of these thunderstorms taking place. But then back to the west, after a bit of a gap in between where we have a lot of nothing going on in the Great Plains tonight, we have a trailing stationary front over parts of the Rockies and the High Plains. Now that is going to develop into a couple of systems moving on through into the next few days. So we do have the potential of even more activity coming through in the next few days after just a bit of a gap, and then clearing out a little bit and a bit of a cool down coming our way. So we should be able to get some rainfall in, which we need, but not seeing a total washout, so good news on that. Now for the severe weather potential across the area for tonight, this is what we're looking at for right now. Again, the main possibility, St. Louis down toward about Kemet, Missouri, Dyersburg, Tennessee, the Wabash Valley into and around Illinois and Indiana, western Kentucky, a 4 out of 5 moderate severe weather threat in the red target zone right there. Now we see a lesser 1 out of 5 threat. That's a marginal threat. It's not much, but it is still possible, and these storms moving this direction are moving into more stable airs. So I doubt we're going to be seeing a lot of this make its way all the way over our direction tonight. Borderline strong to severe, well past midnight into and around, say, 3 to 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when this stuff should be hitting our direction. So that means in the morning, if you're getting ready for school or work, getting the kids out the door, rain gear will be a good possibility of being a necessary function. Then this threat again moves our direction. The main threat sinks down to the south, so we don't have a lot going on when it comes to main target zone. It'll start out here, Red River, Little Rock, south of the Mid-South, down toward Jackson, Mississippi, and then again head our direction through the rest of the afternoon and evening. This could wind up being a problem in about another 48 hours. So we don't see a huge threat for tonight, but late tomorrow into Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, that's when we could see some more problems heading on through. Gusty, damaging winds, large hail. Never can rule out the possibility of isolated tornadoes, so that needs to be watched very carefully. So if you have any plans for travel, outdoor activities, late Tuesday, early Wednesday, that again is where we're going to be seeing the target possibility. What we've got in the way of severe storms for Wednesday morning, again, early, yes, but then everything passes all the way to the northeast or the southwest, and then we're left with some leftover thunderstorms into very early Wednesday morning. But I think that's going to be pretty much about it as we get into the rest of the forecast. So not seeing, again, a huge threat, but something that does need to be monitored. It's time to be, we say it all the time, and with good reason, we need to be weather aware. We need to be paying attention to what is going on with the forecast so that we're not caught unawares out there. If you saw our information tonight, our package regarding the 2011 tornado outbreak that happened around this area, it was said by several people in our package that, again, they thought that the terrain, the topography would protect them from severe weather. My hometown of Topeka, Kansas, found out that that was not true in 1966. Big Hill to the southwest of Topeka, Burnett's Mound, it was said, was so big that it could destroy any tornado approaching from the southwest. Well, the tornado that hit on June 8, 1966 was so wide, it was wider than Burnett's Mound by a factor of 3, and a very good possibility that winds inside that storm were over 200 miles per hour, and the damage it caused was incredible. So those basically legends, don't believe those when it comes to severe weather. When you hear someone say, we don't have to worry about X type of weather because of Y type of terrain in Z area, don't take that as gospel truth. When you hear warnings, when you see warnings being issued for your county, your location, treat that as a life or death situation and get to shelter as soon as possible. And well before that, pay attention to what's going on with the weather to make certain you are not caught unaware. That really does help out on a lot of things. Now, for other potential problems, we have a wind advisory that has been issued for southeastern Monroe County in the News 12 viewing area. That's in effect tonight into tomorrow morning. It'll expire at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if you're in and around this particular area, Tennessee County's up against the North Carolina line, and we're talking all the way up toward Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, into around portions of Knox County, Blount, Sevier, Cock, in that area. Those counties could be looking at the potential of some choppy conditions. Winds in these areas could gust over 50 miles per hour, so it could be very choppy on some of the roadways for later on tonight. Now, if everything works, this is where things get interesting. Again, we'll have some rain tonight, a bit of a gap, some rain tomorrow night, a bit of a gap, and then we go into the end of the week where we have another chance of showers and thunderstorms coming up. Now, if this works, again, this is the short-term forecast for about the next 48 hours. So this gives us a potential of at least an inch to maybe as much as 3 to 4 inches in northeastern parts of Alabama. Now, again, this is the short-range forecast. Let's go forward a little farther and take a look at the week-long forecast. You can see waves of rainfall coming through, and then again picking up another round starting late Friday, early on Saturday. Take a look at some of these numbers. If all of this works into the next several days, remember that our deficit in Chattanooga right now is about 8.5 inches of rain. That's how far behind we are for the entire year, and it would take 8.6 just to get us up to normal for this time of the year. So as of right now, if everything works, and it looks like, again, northwest Georgia, northeast Alabama, you're going to be picking up the lion's share of this. This is a forecast, again, issued for the rest of the week, which means as we go through the week, toward the end of the week, this forecast and these numbers will change. So we do see, again, the potential for some fluctuation out there, and that is where we could be seeing the potential problems. That, again, is something we need to pay attention to. When it comes to flash flooding, hopefully not that much because this looks to be decently spread out, so I don't see any flash flooding potential for now. but that could change in the semi-near future. So toward the end of the week, if you will live or work or drive through any low-lying areas, I would be very cautious and pay attention to what's going on with the forecast. Remember, never drive through water-covered roadways. It might be the last mistake that you ever make. We'll keep an eye on this, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we could use all of this rainfall to help us out. Not good news for outdoor activities, I realize that, but we so need this rainfall with the wildfire risk and everything else going on. For tonight, low temperatures for northeast Alabama. Not all that cool, mid to high 50s to lower 60s, a good possibility for later on tonight into early Tuesday morning. For tonight, north central Georgia, you'll be back in the lower 50s, mid to high 50s for minimum temperatures, again for northwest Georgia this evening into Tuesday morning. Some 40s possible back into western parts of North Carolina. Cherokee County in the News 12 viewing area probably back into the low 50s. And as we get into and around southeast Tennessee, also seeing low to mid 50s. Plateau, River Valley probably in the mid to high 50s, and that's going to be about as cool as it gets. Comfortable, not all that frosty to say the least, but it will be on the cool side out there as we get into tomorrow morning. So that jacket would come in handy, especially with that potential for showers and maybe some thunderstorms out there. Schools are going to be dropping, the kids are going to get dropped off from the buses and the car rider line in possibly some inclement weather. So teachers, administrators, principals, car rider line directors, like my wife is at her school, that is where you're going to need to make sure that you're planned and ready to go for what is going on out across the area. For tonight, again, looking ahead, quiet over downtown right now. On the 1% list scenic city camera, a little bit on the dusty side there. Our camera from Island Cove, a little choppy out on the waters tonight as winds are out of the south at about 10 to 15 miles per hour at times. But finishing up tonight and going through the next couple of days, slight risk of severe weather again late Tuesday into early Wednesday, and then the chances of showers and thunderstorms dwindle. International Jazz Day on Thursday, that looks pretty nice. Temperatures a little bit below normal, plenty of sunshine. Then Friday into Saturday, cooler with temperatures in the high 60s. Beautiful conditions out there and more chances of showers and thunderstorms. For free, apropos that Epicos Comics, Cards, and Games is our new sponsor because Saturday is Free Comic Book Day. And if you've never had the chance to visit a comic book store, or at least recently, great opportunity to do so as they encourage the getting out and supporting your local brick and mortar stores. You also can explore some new different topics of sci-fi and fantasy and all sorts of things like that. And there are also several free comic books available for you to take home. Last year, when I was at Epicos, dropping by, I got a free Doctor Who comic. That was pretty neat, and spend some of your hard-earned cash supporting stores like this because this is a great local opportunity. The money we spend here helps to support this business, and if we don't support them, we lose them. So something to consider there. So thank you again, Epicos, for being our sponsor for Weather Overtime. And again, don't forget about Free Comic Book Day this Saturday. Temperatures remain mild with a little bit of sunshine getting back to normal as we head toward next Monday. So beautiful conditions out there off and on. It's up to us to make certain we pay attention to what's going on with our planet. The whole thing about think global, act local really does make a difference because if you think about it, if you throw away a soda can made out of aluminum, big deal. If one person in the country throws away a soda can, that's 350 million soda cans going into the scrap pile instead of recycling. So it is important to make certain that we pay attention to stuff like this. Likewise for plastic pollution. We are drowning in plastics. It may not seem that way to you, but there are already 5 gyres of plastic around the ocean, swirling whirlpools basically of plastic pollution that are in the oceans. The one in The Pacific is, if I'm not mistaken, 3 times the size of Texas. That's how bad the situation is. Now, groups like the Ocean Cleanup are doing something about this. If you take a look at the top portion of the screen, you see those gray and blue barriers. Those are called interceptors, and then they block the plastic flowing downstream. Plastic has air inside of its molecules, so it floats. Most of it does, at least. And then as it sweeps downstream, it goes out into the ocean. So if we can stop pollution at its source and clean that up, that's less plastic going into the oceans. And this is just what one interceptor was doing on the Motagua River. I want to say this is in Guatemala. I know it's Central America. It is the most plastic polluted river in the Western Hemisphere. And notice again, all of that. You see milk jugs and 2-liter soda containers. You might spot a floating refrigerator or two in there, and it takes heavy machinery just to move stuff like that out. So now here's the cool thing about what you can do to help out. If you'd like to go to their website, you can download an app, and it is Citizen Science Month, the month of April, where you can help participate in citizen science events. You don't need a PhD to participate in a lot of these events. You just need a pencil and a pad of paper, or a smartphone, or a tablet, or a computer, or your eyes and ears to take a look at these things. The Ocean Cleanup Survey app. Go to your nearest canal, stream, or river. Find a safe place on the bridge or nearby. Start counting objects floating by using the app on your smartphone or tablet. The data you collect and share with the Ocean Cleanup helps to refine our global river plastic transport models. And you can get there and download the app by going to theoceancleanup.com. This is a really great way to help participate and make the world a better place. So if you'd like to take a look at this, please do so. It's a great opportunity to see more about what is out there, and more importantly about how you can help on things like this. Let me switch gears here real quick. This is going to take just a moment to get this taken care of here. So let me switch back to this, move this over here, and then do this. We had a semi-uncharacteristic oopsie tonight to where we were reinstalling the system, and all of our votes for our weather poll question of the day got wiped out. So we are starting over again and enabling you to vote for your favorite picture. Go to our website, WDEF.com/vote now. You can use the QR code to get there if you want to. Please vote, and we will have the update tomorrow on Prime News at 7 on Tuesday. Apologies again to everybody participating on this, but unfortunately, gremlins do have a habit of popping into the system out there. Also, as it is brand new sponsor night on News 12, thank you very much, Williams Plumbing Services, redefining the standard, our new sponsor for our weather poll question of the day. So thank you very much for being our sponsor on that, and thank you very much to all of our sponsors for helping us out and being advertisers on our station. If you and your business would like to advertise, please go to our website and check out our sales staff. They will have much more information about what you can do to help make certain that you are able to advertise on our station. All right, early tomorrow morning, temperatures again pretty mild, 50s and 60s, and then also again looking for chances of showers and thunderstorms. I don't think it's going to be too much past midnight before we start getting some dribs and drabs of rainfall in here. But what I really think is that tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, is where we see the chances of rain really start to move in, and windy conditions, a lot more rain. So I think now would be a good, if you haven't gone to bed yet, get the rain gear ready so you can walk out the door with it in the morning, because that may come in very handy at some point in time. Don't forget, Chip Chapman has got your forecast starting on the morning show. That starts at 5 a.m. Eastern time, getting you updated and ready to go on what is going on out there. And of course, we'll have more updates on the forecast online at WDEF.com/weather. And again, keeping you updated on everything that is going on here with weather in the News 12 Tennessee River Valley area. That should do it for tonight. I think we've been on the air for, how long have we been on here? About 26 minutes. That's not too bad. So not doing too bad for tonight on here. Once again, have to thank our sponsor, our brand new sponsor, Epicos Comics, Cards, and Games. Thank you very much for being a sponsor. And again, if you or your business would like to be a sponsor, please contact our sales staff. You can go to our website for more details on that. That's at WDEF.com if you'd like to tune in there. Don't forget, again, Chip Chapman has got your forecast bright and early in the morning, and I'll have more details on your forecast tomorrow night. Please don't forget about that possibility of severe weather. We'll keep you updated, and that forecast will change between now and tomorrow morning. So please keep yourself up to date and keeping an eye on what's going on. Please be weather aware, paying attention to the situation, getting frequent updates, knowing what's heading your way. That will really help you stay safe, and again, we'll help you do that here at News 12. Thanks for joining us for Monday night, and once again, thanks a lot to Epicos Comics, Cards, and Games for being our brand new sponsor for Weather Overtime, and we'll have more on your forecast again tonight at 11 and throughout the day on Tuesday. Thanks for joining us for Monday evening's Weather Overtime.